lesson. I'm Janet. We are going to look at voice, the active voice to be precise. Now, a verb in English can take two forms which are referred to as voices. Now, voice refers to the form of a verb that indicates when a grammatical subject performs an action or is the receiver of the action. Now, we have two types of voices in English. We have active voice and passive voice. So, voice, again, we can say it is that form of a verb that shows whether what is denoted by a verb performs an action, the same case you've said here, or an action has been performed on it. Now, we're going to look at the active voice. Now, when we want to indicate that somebody or something did something to somebody else or something else, we use the active verb. A verb in the active voice has the subject perform an action. Example, June climbed Mount Kenya last month. In this example, June here is our subject and it performs the action denoted, which is climbed. Now, climbed again is the verb and it is in active voice. A sentence performing an active verb has two parts, or no, has three parts. One, the doer of the action, which is the subject. Here we have the subject. Here, the doer of the action, which is June. The action done, which is the active verb. Here, our active verb, the action is climbed. And the person or thing affected by the action, we call it the object. Our object here is Mount Kenya. Now, another example. The tortoise tricked the elephant. In this sentence, the tortoise is the doer of the action, which is the subject. Tricked becomes our verb. It is an action verb. And it is an active voice because it is an action verb. And then our object is the elephant. Now, any sentence in which the subject is the performer or doer of the action stated by the verb is said to be in the active voice. Now, more examples of active voices we can have his son lost my keys yesterday. You will notice that here his son is our subject, lost is the active verb, and my keys is the object in this sentence, in the sentence I just gave. Another example of an active sentence or a sentence in the active voice could be an arsonist destroyed the house. In this sentence, an arsonist becomes our subject, destroyed is our active verb, and house is the object. Now, those are examples of active voices. Now, sometimes in English, verbs can be used in active voice in different tenses. We can have some in the present perfect tense, in the perfect tense, in the simple present tense. Let us look at an example in the present perfect tense. We can give an example like the lion killed an antelope. In this sentence, or a lion has killed an antelope. Has killed is in the present perfect tense, and that sentence is in the active voice because we have the lion, which is the subject, our active verb has killed, and an antelope, which is an object. You will notice that it is an active voice sentence. Another example in the past tense could be something like the president released the prisoners. You will notice that the verb released is in the past tense. So that sentence has appeared in the past tense, but it is in the active voice. Another example we can give in the simple present tense, the farmer grows flowers. Now here, grow is in the simple present tense. Now, sometimes verb in the active voice can take direct and indirect object. Now, an indirect object is usually preceded by to or for, but in most cases, they are omitted. Those words are omitted. We give an example. I'm looking after the children for her. In this sentence, I'm looking after is our verb, and the children is the direct object, and for her is indirect object. Those are some of the things we have to consider when we are using the active voice. Let us now tackle these two exercises, these two sentences. Now, we are required to change the following sentences into active voice. The first sentence: this house was built in 1940 by John. When we change this sentence into active voice, it will be John built this house in 1940, because now we will have John as the doer of the action, which is the subject. Build will become our active verb, and this house will be our object. That sentence is in the active voice. The car has been washed very well. We have not been given here the doer. The doer has not been named. So in this case, we will say someone has washed the car very well. Here, someone becomes the doer, has washed becomes our active verb, and the car becomes the object in active voice. That is it for the active voice. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly remember to share, to like, and to subscribe to this channel. See you in the next one as we tackle the passive voice. Thank you.